Hey guys, it's me, Sam, here today, and we are having our coffee and we are doing a little get ready with me, trying out some new products from, I guess not very new, but products that I haven't tried before from Revolution, Makeup Revolution. This is their Planet Revolution line. I picked up a few things and I wanted to just test it out. And today we are going to a kid's birthday party, but if you are Latina, you know it's really like a kid starting during the day and then it goes into an adult party at night. So it's going to be an all-day affair and it's 90-degree weather out. So I'm like excited, but I'm a little bit like, oh, it's gonna be a long day because I'm so used to being lazy in the house. So if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Sam. I'm a makeup enthusiast. Makeup is my therapy. I do a lot of reviews on my channel, but this is just a place for fun. I'm not a makeup artist or anything like that. I'm a mom and I just love makeup. And if you are the same way, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you can come back and see more content with me. So let's get started. I did already kind of start with the sponges, the Eco sponges, and used it on my foundation, and I will insert a quick clip of me applying it. I will say, like, the texture of the sponge, it looks a little crazy because of the carton that it was in, but this texture of the sponge reminds me a lot of, say, the like Real Technique, or really honestly, the texture of it reminds me the most of the Sonia Kashuk ones. It's a little bit firmer. Sonia Kashuk is a little bit firmer, and this one's a little bit softer, but it has that same texture, almost like there's more silicone in it. Now they do claim that they use 25%, and the green one is 25% matcha tea powder in place of plastic, and then for the lavender one they use that same amount, 25% of lavender powder instead of plastic, so it's less plastic, and it's vegan and cruelty free. So these are the sponges, and the packaging is like all cardboard packaging, even on the inside. Like the little holder is all cardboard, so there's no plastic in the packaging whatsoever. They have two shapes. This one is like the typical teardrop, and then they have this one that's kind of like the hourglass with the point. Again, it's kind of smushed because of the carton it was in. I prefer a sponge this shape. Like my favorite ones are the dirty, it's dirty, but it's the e.l.f. one that's shaped like this. So I'm excited to try this one next, but I really just wanted to see what the typical one was like. We are going to use it together on camera for the concealer, and Lord knows I need concealer today. It looks like I haven't slept in a year, so I'm very excited. I'm testing out the Morphe Filter Effect concealer. I have used these before, but it's been a while and I couldn't remember. I thought I liked it, but only with certain powders, and I couldn't remember. I was like, why do I not take notes? It's the worst. So here we go. Yeah, I'm like slightly unprepared to enter the world right now. I mean, we've done some normal things, obviously, since the pandemic. We've gone to movies and we have gone to like little parties and stuff, get-togethers. But I was so nervous that I would be like, let's leave early. And we're all vaccinated, like even my kids, so by choice, my choice. It's fine if you don't vaccinate your kids. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but we vaccinated our kids, so I do feel a little bit more confident taking them out and about. But yeah, it's just getting back into normalcy, you know, is hard. And I think too, the part of it is like our normalcy has been home. I still work from home. My husband still works from home. The kids go to school, but like they have tutoring virtual in the afternoons, like, and they do have soccer and stuff, but it's outdoors. So like we're easing into things. That blended everything nice, but I could still see lots of discoloration. So part of me wants to use a different concealer because I know it's going to be a long night. So let me grab another concealer that we can, let's do one more layer. Let's give it a shot. I had 2 shades and I can't remember which one I put on first. I think this one was 14 and this one is 16. I think I might have put 14 first, so maybe it was just too light. Personally, I find when I use a brightening concealer, a lighter concealer to brighten the area, you still have to apply that on top of a darker one, because if it's just too light, you're just gonna get a cast and it doesn't really hold true to the coverage. So that's all about like layering. Unless you're Rare Beauty, that brightening concealer is legit brightening. I almost put my elbow right in my coffee. In case you were wondering what that jolt was. Alright, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury powder underneath my eyes. I tried to like rearrange my makeup brushes because it was kind of a mess situation. I just had way too many options. And I just did my face ones. I still gotta work on my eyeshadow brushes, but part of it is that I'm trying a lot of brushes for the eyes because I use a lot of the BH Cosmetics eyeshadow brushes. I used to get the single ones all the time because I really love them, but they don't have them anymore. And my fear is they're not gonna bring it back. Even if they revamp the brand and bring back some stuff, I have a feeling the single brush line is dead, which is terribly sad and tragic. So I'm like, I need to find alternatives because these brushes aren't going to last forever. Also, I want to be able to like use brushes and tell you guys what I'm using and have you be able to also enjoy yourself. So it's been quite a challenge because a couple brushes have kind of gotten close, but I haven't found the perfect ones just yet for all of the brushes that I use. So we're on the hunt. We are legit on the hunt. So now we're going to try this blush. They had like, I want to say like maybe 4, maybe 6 of these blushes. And I picked up the one in the shade Sweet Rose because it looked most like a nudie one. They had a berry one, but I'm like, I have so many berry blushes. So this says that it is cruelty free, it's vegan, it's multi-use, it's a lip and cheek tint, and obviously it's in a glass jar so you can clean it out and recycle it. And this is that happened. The little stopper went right into my coffee mug. How disgusting. I'm still gonna drink the coffee, but this thing's gonna need to be. I have no shame, none. So yeah, it looks like it was nice and clean when I went in there. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I actually like this jar a lot. Do you need this much product? It comes with 0.42 ounces or 12 grams of product in here. If I compare it to the e.l.f. one, it's way larger, and I barely use this, so shame, but I just feel like, I don't know, this is plastic packaging and it's a lot less product. Also, like, this one's advertised to be using for your lip and your cheeks, so you're gonna kind of use this all over your face, at least if you're using it the way it's meant to be used. So you're not gonna do it just on your cheeks like this one. So I guess that's why they probably give you more, but I do like it. It feels like very good quality packaging, so I'm really excited about that. Let's find a good brush. Let's use this Revolution brush that I have. This is the Dr. Seuss collab that they did, because I feel like this will fit in that little jar. I do want to touch it with my finger. Oh, it's very balm-like. You know, it does remind me of like the Tower 28 formula. Ooh, and it feels very like juicy when you put it on your skin. Ooh, that glide. That's pretty. Okay. I don't know how it's going to go on with a brush. We're going to try it out. So I got a little on there. That blend like a dream. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like a dream. It does feel like a little sticky. So if you're like worried about that, like I might be a little iffy about it because I am going to be outside all day, but like, oh my god, look at that glow on it too. Wow. This gives you that very natural glass finish kind of look. Let's see. Is my hair going to get stuck to it? I'm really enjoying that. Let me know what you think. I think that looks really, really pretty. It was super easy to apply with the brush. Maybe let's try with the finger on the other side just to... Well, everybody's going to start mowing their lawns because it's nice out. Looks pretty, but like when you press it in, it doesn't hold the glow that you get when you're applying it with a brush, which is kind of unique. Like it is glowy, but it doesn't look juicy. Like the side looks so juicy. I'm gonna press it in with my finger on this side too, just so it matches. Because I feel like with the finger, I got more pigmentation, but it's definitely less juicy. All right, for me, this little potted blush lip cheek and ditty is amazing. Actually, let's use it on the lips as well. This is nice too for like a no makeup makeup. Like if you were keeping an emergency makeup kit, a realistic emergency makeup kit in your bag, you could put this and you're leaving work and the girls are like, let's go out for happy hour after work, and you look like you're bumming. You could just throw this on your cheek, throw it on your lip, put on some mascara. Maybe you could even put it on your eye a little bit and be done. And be like, oh, I'm done up without actually having to do anything. So I pulled out a couple just to keep the theme of Revolution. I have these XX Revolution bronzers. This one's in Chaos and I'm going to use this one today. I feel like I should have done it first because it's powder and it might stick to the bronzer. I mean the blush, but it's too late for that. So... the pigment and the texture of this is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter bronzer, but it does kick up a lot more in the pink. And so this shade in Chaos is the one I use when I'm, my god, I cannot speak, a little bit lighter in complexion like I am right now. And then I have the one Phantom, which I think is kind of perfect for me in the summertime. And I'm kind of aggressively blending because I don't want it to stick to the blush and get patchy. I'm trying to be strategic. And I do like a more airbrushed kind of effect anyway. I think that looks okay. Part of this is just like my natural contour. That's why sometimes, like, I don't know, people are drawing their contour up here. Personally, like, I would love to try those kinds of trends, but honestly, my face, I feel like I would have a double contour because You can see my face naturally divots there. I'd be like contour, contour. I don't know. Wouldn't that look weird? I think you have to have a very specific look. All right, I'm going to use my NYX Ultimate Shadow Primer so we can go into the shadows. They didn't have a lot of, they had like 4 palette options. One was like just straight up rainbow, and then the other 2 were just very light, and I was just like so I ended up getting the earth one, which I felt like the tones, it's more of a cool tone palette, but it will show up on my skin. And today is not a bad day for that because again, we're just gonna go to a kids party and I don't need to be crazy. It's 90-degree weather and the kids are gonna throw water balloons, so I'm not trying to look too over the top. So the eyeshadow palette is kind of interesting. I have opened it up to look at it, but I haven't swatched it or anything like that. On the information for the palette, it says that it's made out of biodegradable fiber form that originates from plant waste. So it contains no plastic. And then the mirror in here, you can see my mess. This mirror, I guess if you press on it, pops out. So when you're done with the shadows, you essentially clean out the remaining shadows, and then you can pop out that mirror, keep the mirror, and then the whole compartment can go in the recycling bin, which is pretty cool. I feel like most palettes can be recycled, but not all of them. And with that being said, I would imagine that probably the pans in here are not metal. So with the eyeshadow palette, there's no shade names. There are numbered on the back here. I don't know if you can see it because the sticker is literally the color of the packaging. But I'm gonna go in first with this larger tan pan in my crease. We're just gonna keep it really simple today because I just want to also I want to see how this performs more than I care about being creative right now. So it's a little powdery when I apply. It's legit the color of my skin. So that did virtually nothing. So let's go into this chocolate brown here with a smaller fluffy brush and see what we can get out of that. I am getting fallout, which is kind of unfortunate, especially with that blush. I'm not crazy about how my concealer is looking either, so there's that. All right, so let's go back in with this brown. The pigmentation is there and it's blending. I'm blending the edges, not adding any additional product. And I feel like it blended really nicely. I'm tempted to add in black, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because it's a little much. All right, so now we're gonna go into this shade here. It's kind of a champagne shade. I will say when I go in with my finger, I'm not getting too much. It looks pretty, but I don't feel like I'm getting much. Let's see how it applies. It actually applies pretty good. I am gonna go in with a glitter glue just to see. All right, I put a little bit of glitter glue over top, and I was getting a little hard pan putting my finger in there, so I decided to grab a brush to get the rest of the product. They're obviously not the best quality shadows, but they are applying really nicely. So for the price point, I don't think it's bad. You just need a little glitter glue, or maybe you can wet your brush. Because that shade is a little bit more silvery and the lightest shade is more gold, I'm not gonna use the gold as an inner corner highlight. I'm probably just gonna take this pale cream shade and use that as an inner corner highlight and just go matte. That looks nice. All right, let's do the other side and then we're gonna get into using the pencil. So now we got our eyeshadow all done. We're gonna try this Planet Revolution pencil. And it says that it's a clean Evolution Beauty. I got the shade dark brown. It says that it's an eyeliner and brow crayon. They had a bunch of colors, like even blue and stuff like that, but I just went with brown because I figured if I'm going to use it, I didn't want to buy a bunch of them and then hate it, and I figured this color would work for my brows. So we're going to try that way. It's very creamy, like it slid on very nicely. So I'm going to do my brows first. No, I'm not. I'm going to do my waterline first because I don't know how I feel about putting it in my brow after. Putting it in my brows and then poking myself in the eye after. And the color matches like perfectly with that outer brown. That is probably a pencil eyeliner that glided the smoothest on my waterline ever, even compared to some gel ones. But will it last? We don't know. But as far as like the experience of applying it, super easy. It's very creamy without being like melty, if that makes any sense. So now let's just gonna kind of like wipe it on the back of my hand because it's a little wet from my waterline, and then we're gonna try it on the brows. And I feel like this is a good formula even to use on your lips if you were doing a lip liner. And most pencils you can use for every part of the face. They just make specific colors and, you know, advertise it to go to a certain part of your face, but most formulas can be used all over the place. So, but I really, so far I like this, the texture of it. So let's go into the brows. It's so creamy, like I'm a little afraid it will get messy. Like you can see it goes real pigmented. Between the lawnmowers and the bunnies, it's kind of loud in here. I'm sorry guys, like the kids are at soccer, so I thought it would be a little quieter in the house, but now even though, look at, you can see it's very pigmented and creamy. Even though it's advertised for the brow, it doesn't have a spoolie, probably because they don't want you to like think it's only for the brow. So I do have a spoolie brush. I'm just gonna use a random one from Morphe. And it is very creamy, like I can see it like kind of smudging. So I probably went in with far too much, because I think you could like use a little bit and really spread it out quite a bit. So I'm trying to like be careful to brush it out, but like not smear it into foundation areas. But I think it looks pretty good comparing the two brows. All right, so let's do the other side. I'm gonna use the NYX brow glue to kind of set the brows. And it's clear, so it's not gonna take away from the color, which I think actually was pretty good. All right, and because it's a super hot day and I don't wanna have mascara all under my eyes, I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild Waterproof Mega Slim Skinny Mascara on my lower lash line, and then my Maybelline one on the top lash line. This is what I do when I need to ensure that I do not have mascara smeared all over my under eye. Of course, I'm not trying to get mascara underneath, and I got it, so that's the name of the game. And it's like right in the crease. That's gonna be fun. And then we're using the Maybelline Sky High on the top lash. Trying to finish this one up as I have way too many open mascaras. I've been really trying my best to kind of use up mascara, like go through them all. Even my favorite ones. And I am most pleased. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. I feel like the eyeshadow worked really, really well. I was surprised. The mattes were really pretty. Like that inner corner matte. The one that was my skin tone, I mean, it's hard to tell, but and I only really used this one shimmer, but it went on decent considering with my finger. But then it did need a little help with a glitter glue, but I mean, that's not a big deal. I feel like nowadays everybody has a glitter glue or gem glue or some kind of extra product, so it's not like a huge deal. And the one that I use is the NYX one, which is really affordable. Yeah, I think that's really cool, and I think it's nice that they're thinking about packaging and stuff in a more eco-friendly way. The blush, I'm like curious to pick up a couple more of these. I have way too many blushes, but like this went on so seamlessly, and it's been on for a bit. It's a little tacky, but I don't think it's tacky enough to have for hair to cling on to it. And it's so juicy and like beautiful on the skin, and it gives you like a really glass-like finish, and you don't really need a highlighter because the glow on it is so, so pretty. And then that pencil is really, really creamy and nice. I actually didn't mind it for my brows whatsoever. I liked it a lot for my waterline. I can see myself picking up a couple more of these. I really did enjoy this, surprisingly. And the sponges, the sponge was fine. It actually, when you smell it, it doesn't smell like anything, but when you're applying the makeup and you're like pushing it in, it actually like kind of wafts out a little bit of a scent, but it was really quite pleasant and like subtle. So that is everything. This is the look for our birthday party that we're gonna go to. I'm gonna clean up this mess because I do want to film one other video if they stop with the weed whacking outside. But if you watched this whole video, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and until next time, love you guys. Bye.